Okay, what's up everybody? This is Curtice Customs coming at you again. So we're doing some sketchy shit. We have currently the big ass truck, Curtice Customs truck, on the back of this truck, and we are hauling it to Farmington to trade it for a custom chopper that we're going to take and build the other chopper at the house with. And goal set, Candace,
hello,
is letting us borrow the SUV to do the sketchy stuff. And the only legit thing that we have is the SUV and the U-Haul trailer. We're trying to do it right this time without tow strapping it all the way. So later now, we'll keep you updated. Alright everybody, we made it over the mountain passes. Truck's doing good so far. Truck's still attached to the back of us, and we didn't go off the edge of a cliff. So, we're making it. And we are 51 miles from our destination. And we're hopefully gonna get there in one piece. And we have Amber trailing us behind, just in case anything happens. We have a backup plan. It's not able to tow us, but individually we would have to figure it out. One piece at a time back to original destination, or destination and then figure it out from there. But we are making it and doing good. We made it to Aztec, New Mexico. We're 7.7 miles away from where we were headed. Got the load loaded back there. It's still secured. So far, so good. And Amber is right behind us. We had to pull over for a slight bit to catch her, or for her to catch us, because she was stopping to top off on gas on the way to Memphis. She stopped in Memphis and topped off on gas so that we had a good follow vehicle. And look at that. It's the Roadrunner and the Coyote Grill. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we once again did it. We transformed into a custom chopper. And it was the Aztec or Farmington, whatever, chief of police. So that was kind of cool. Pretty cool interaction. Said he's only put about 20, maybe 200 miles on the bike. So we did come out even with the trade for the bike and the truck, which is nice to know and relieving. And also the fact that we're no longer having stroke attacks with a gigantic truck on a sketchy trailer going through the New Mexico desert. If anybody's gone through that, they know how horrible and nerve-wracking those roads are. So we got that set up, we got that hooked up, and we got it, the new bike loaded up. I can say it is extremely loud, so I don't know how well the next camping trip is going to go, but we are quite possibly going to do it on the chopper and give you guys the chopper view as we did in Alabama, riding the old chopper I built.
at the next
And
light,
then
turn right.
we're gonna take and we're gonna tear this thing down, and we're gonna go through and walk you guys through how to build a custom chopper and how Curtice Customs builds their custom choppers. So don't forget, hit like, subscribe, and follow, and let's see where this thing goes. Alright y'all, so I gotta talk about this one. I had to ride, of course, the Dyna all the way to Farmington. Well, we're gonna start here. I traded the Chevy, the K10, for a badass custom iron horse custom chopper. And I got it from the guy, was so distracted by remnant attitude that I left the keys on the trailer. and upon leaving the keys on the trailer, I got all the way home, went to crank up the bike to move it off of the trailer, and the keys weren't in my pocket. They weren't on my key ring where all my other Harley keys weren't. And I didn't have my vest, so my other Harley keys aren't there either. So I was like, oh no, and it's not a Harley, so you can't use a Harley key. And it was just an absolute nightmare and chaos. So out of and through and find my keys. So I had to drive all the way back to Farmington, which was a about 70-mile trip there and 70-mile trip back. I contacted the guy. I said, hey man, did I leave them on the desk? You know, where did I leave them at? I don't know where they might have went. And he said, well, but they're not on the desk. So I was like, oh no. So I was like 15 miles away. I was like, I'm gonna believe in God in this one. So I hop on there and I get on. I look around his property, around the driveway, all of that, and still nothing. So then upon that, I take and I hop on the bike, and I'm coming out of the guy's driveway. There's state cops sitting there with his lights off in New Mexico because they don't have to have their headlights on. I get the headlights adjusted, like I adjusted it a little bit more so that it would shine more towards the road and with wider stance. And I go to do that, and the fucking headlight bezel comes off. Like the little shiny lid thing over the top, and on the front, the headlight comes off. So, night trip, fun. I had a flathead to grind down to fit into the Phillips hole to tighten in my headlight, but we got her back on the roll, and I got the keys. There they are. It's a little beat up, but I can take and have that mic'd into a keysmith machine and remade.